Hi, everyone. This is Margaret Manning, and welcome to Mornings with 60 and Me. I'm so glad that you can be here today. It's July the 14th, Thursday, and I am here in France visiting a friend and having a wonderful time. We went to the beach yesterday, had a really incredible time. But I love traveling, as you all know. But this is my opportunity in the morning to get together with you and to share what I consider the big stories that are happening in the world. Also, the things that I think are relevant to our community, to our age, and also to share some feel-good stories. We need those a lot these days. So I hope you're settled in. I've got my cup of green tea this morning, and grab a coffee or tea and just sit, relax, and we'll talk about what's going on in the world. So first of all, in Asia, the continuing story with China is that they had a decision a couple of days ago that they were not did not have exclusive rights to the South China Sea, and of course they've ignored the decision of the courts to say it doesn't matter. We're still going to continue to build there, and it could be an interesting story as it develops. So I wanted to raise that one because there's a lot of dispute about in that part of the world about who controls the South China Sea, and I just think it's an important thing for us to know about. In the United States, the big news this morning is that Donald Trump is going to be announcing his vice presidential candidate on Friday. So that's tomorrow. So that will be interesting to see who he has chosen and who he's going to take to the convention as his running mate. The other story, though, in the States is the announcement from NASA about the space probe Juno. I just think this is incredible that after so many years, they're finally now they have a spaceship orbiting Jupiter, which is the largest planet in the solar system, and the pictures are amazing. I'm going to put the link in the article so you can take a look, but go look, be inspired. It's just amazing what technology is doing these days. So that's happening in the States. In Europe, of course, the big news is that Prime Minister Theresa May is now in charge of the United Kingdom. She was sworn in yesterday after meeting with the Queen, and last night it was a flurry of job changes. I won't go through them all, but there's a new Home Secretary, Amber Rudd, a woman who replaces what Theresa May was doing. There's a new gentleman called David Davis, who's going to be the Brexit Secretary. He's going to look after this transition into the departure from the EU. Big announcement, though, is Boris Johnson. And you may not know Boris Johnson in the States. If you're in Europe, you'll certainly know who I'm talking about. But he was going to be, everyone thought, the front leader for the prime minister position. He has now been given the job of foreign secretary. Big job, and he's an amazingly interesting character, so it'll be fun to see how that unfolds. And so that's big news from the UK. In the Middle East, just an update, Solar Impulse 2 landed in Cairo after 50 hours from Seville. They're now on to their last stop in Abu Dhabi. They've gone around the world with no fuel. It's an amazing solar plane. I'm impressed. And going with aviation, quick news there. They have an election or vote every year on the top airline of the year. This year it's Emirates, and they've won a few times. I've never flown, but it's supposed to be amazing. Also, Qatar was second, airlines was second, and third was Singapore. So there's your flying tips for the day. I always like to do a little story that's a boomer story that kind of takes us a bit down memory lane, like a little nostalgia. And I found this great article, a woman called Yagana Shah. She writes for Huffington Post, and she really writes great articles. I love her. But she did one that is so funny about 10 old school struggles that modern kids will never have to worry about. And these were so funny. I think I'm not going to list a few of them, but you'll just recognize these right away. Stuff that we had to do in high school that children today will never have to do. So the first thing is passing notes. Everyone's texting now, but we passed notes. Do you remember? We did book reports using actual books. That's a big one. We practiced our cursive, and I think that's becoming a lost art now. But it's no one does cursive anymore. These kids will never have to struggle. Here's another one: getting up to change the TV channel. Never again will they do that. This is a good one. Having no idea who's calling you on the phone. The caller ID didn't exist when we were younger, so that we never knew. We had to just take a chance. Was it someone we wanted to talk to or not? Having to read paper maps. Google Maps is now our Bible, right? This is one of my favorites, was worrying about getting film developed. Remember, you'd take pictures and then you'd have to wait like 2 weeks to see whether they turned out. Oh, that was terrible. And then there were some other ones, like using the phone book, like the real paper phone book. Just great memories. Do you have any memories that you have from your childhood? I'm going to go back to that later, but it's just really fun to go back over these little stories and remember. Okay, so tomorrow is Pandemonium Day. Officially. Now, I don't know where this started, but it's a day where it says, "Hail the forces of chaos." This is the day where you just do everything that you want. Just let the laundry go unwashed here. Just throw out the itineraries, the schedules. Just do today what you want to do. Just write your own rules and randomly decide what color you're going to wear, what clothes you're going to wear. Pandemonium just means chaos, out of order, fun. So you're officially allowed now to have a crazy day. Enjoy whatever your heart desires. Well, we should do that every day, but today particularly, you have permission. So, quick point. Yesterday, I had a little box of beautiful Kuzmi tea, and I thank you everybody for leaving comments. It was so fun to watch all your comments, and I really appreciate you being here, for me and also for all the other women that you engage with when you have a conversation. So thank you. And the winner of that my Kuzmi tea, which I'll mail, is Susan Hull. So Susan, if you're watching this, just send me a message at margaret@60andme.com, and I'll try to find your email too and send you a note, and I'll send it off in the post. And so my question for today, for everyone, is this. What is the strongest memory that you have of your childhood? We talked earlier about memories. What's the strongest memory that you have of being a child? Leave your comments in the section below. We'll have fun reading each other's answers. Talk to each other. This is your space, your time, and I just hope you have a fabulous day. Be well, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning on Mornings with 60 and Me. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye for now.